Nope. None of that. It's done. You've completed your top 5 list. It's over, bro. It's over. You got your list off. I think we can finally move on from that. Hopefully you don't have any hidden lists anymore that you're trying to sneak into our shows anymore. So now we can, naturally start the show.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Kayfabe was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it. But to be the man,
All-Star 316 says I just worked you.
we are the generation that eat. You make the rules, and we will.
Who is booking this drop? Oh, boy. More of that. WWE stands for.
I am Mr. Richie Moon, and I'm Kayfabe Avenue, and I'm Kayfabe Focus.
It's Kayfabe Avenue.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I am Mr. Richie Moon.
And I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue. And last night, AEW had a really good pay-per-view. It was known as Full Gear, and this is the Kayfabe Avenue review. Gentlemen, shall we begin?
Shall we begin?
We'll start off with the buy-in, the pre-show. It was Brie Priestley versus Dr. Britt Baker. We gotta put that over because she is a doctor in real life. Oh man! Oh man!
I hate the fact that that's like the most interesting thing about her. That is the most interesting thing about Britt Baker. What is interesting me?
You didn't like that? You didn't like that promo package they put together?
No.
I like that.
The fact that she is a dentist has nothing to do with Bria Priestley. If she is about to pull that girl's teeth out, then I understand. But, okay, you give her props. She's smart. She's educated. She's a doctor. What does it have to do with the actual in-ring product and her storylines moving forward? Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying she's kind of bland.
Got on the
when
shoe.
it comes to her character.
Yeah, and I feel like that match was a snooze fest. I'm sorry, not to completely shit on it, but I completely shitted on it.
I'm gonna say, I
I was kind of hoping like they would have a casino battle royale for some reason.
I actually missed it just to have this Bea Priestley versus Britt Baker match. Like it's what I continuously say. They need to work on their women's division. I feel like the ones that they focus on now aren't the ones. Why is it that these girls have an actual storyline months built as opposed to Rio, who's the champion? And she fought somebody random tonight because it was based on the rankings. Okay, AEW is going heavy on their rank system, but there's no story involved. There's no reason for me to gravitate to any particular person in this match, root for somebody. You know, I think they need to work and focus on their women's division. Give them the same time they give them on BTE. Give them the same kind of promo packages, all that. Like, Nyla Rose was the last one to actually have a good build-up with the tournament against Rio. But outside of that, I feel like everything's been either a botch or not really too interesting.
Or Brandy.
And Brandy, that's honestly the only women's storyline in Full Gear that I felt I'm more intrigued for. Brandy working with Awesome Kong, and Kong, beating up Bea Priestley after the match, and cutting her hair.
Yeah.
So and looking like she took
that's
it.
the continuity. It is kind of with the vignettes they've been doing, like her, like with the hair and all like that. We still haven't. I'm interested to see where that goes, even though it's kind
Yeah,
of
she
weird.
put it in her waist like a pocket, like it was
I thought the match was okay.
a trophy.
I would have preferred that Awesome Kong would have just came through and just interfered in the match. Because I feel like that feud still has legs on it because Brie Priestley legitimately gave Britt Baker a concussion. And she gave her a nice shiner. So, like, there's legit heat with them. They fought back. Like, there's legit heat with them. I feel like it has more legs.
Yeah, it was a clean finish.
I personally like the Britt Baker's, she had a promo, and she was, like, basically, she was breaking it down in a doctor's term, like, what she can do when she, like, put her hands in there. And then she basically said, she broke it down, she was like, no. Basically what that means is I can rip your fucking jaw off. And it was just, like, the way she came out, I was like, oh, shit, she has personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt that same way. I felt like through this promo, she had a lot of personality. I feel like she has personality. I feel like it was coming out. In that promo, we seen some personality. Way more than we've ever seen before.
I mean, they have
Brie Priestley has the in-ring and she has promo skills. They need to push Brie Priestley, so I definitely agree with you. They need to push Brie Priestley more. But I feel like they're...
Honestly, I want to see more from
Jamie
Hayter. I want to see some more from...
Shanna
and...
Sadie Gibbs. I like Sadie Gibbs.
What happened to
Penelope Ford?
What's her name?
Rose.
That big woman who was squaring up with Awesome Kong. What happened to that? Kong. What happened to that match?
No idea.
Why did they just all of a sudden drop that storyline?
Yeah,
no one's even spoken on that.
A lot of the Joshi girls have not been around, so
and that's half the division, and that's my point. When they do bring the girls from Japan, we don't have any build, okay, who is this person? Unless you know them from previously, like Riho, she has a following. And honestly, I'm learning her through AEW.
Most of us are. So AEW,
Come on,
work on that. So the show started off proper with
the Young Bucks and the Pride and Proud Santana and Ortiz, the
Proud
Rock
and Powerful.
Proud and Powerful. Come on, man.
Yeah,
you better represent, man.
Yeah.
Come on, Proud and Powerful.
Puerto Rican guys, man.
I actually got to see their last indie show in Brooklyn. Remember that day I was? I was over there. They had the last indie show, and they had everybody come out. It was really dope.
I'm really happy that I've always been asking, we need representation.
Facts.
We need our Kofi Kingston for the Puerto Rican community. We need somebody who's going to represent. And LAX is doing that in a big scale on AEW. And this match between the Young Bucks, really good stuff.
Facts. This is just another, for people who say that the Young Bucks are like spot monkeys and don't tell stories. If you really
this
look
one had
at
less spots.
They take old school and combined it with new school. The story of the match was Nick went for a kick. I think it was against Santana. But anyway, he missed it, kicked the ring post, and then his shin was messed up for the entire match. So that affected everything that happened in the match after that. The match was based around that. Wrestling psychology. We don't have to do 1,200 flips in a match for it to be good. Young kids.
And also the Rock and Roll Express was
a great story.
Facts.
Jumping off from AEW Dynamite.
Facts.
And they got put through the ramp.
Mm-hmm. Layers.
And I didn't know that the Rock and Roll Express can go.
Yeah, they still wrestle.
I forgot what was it, Morty or whatever his name is.
I think it was Morty that did the Canadian Destroyer.
Canadian Destroyer and dive through the ropes to the outside. These guys can go, and they're probably in their 60s, 70s at this point, and they're still on the level where they can go. I think it was something I didn't know I wanted to see.
Listen, I'm still waiting for that Proud and Powerful Rock and Roll Express match, personally.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. Next pay-per-view.
Facts.
For sure.
So, with the next match we have Hangman.
Cowboy shit.
Adam Page versus Pac.
The Bastard.
The Bastard!
Honestly, I really like this match, especially the fact that Hangman took this one, finally kind of solidifying his little thing going against Pac. He's been having a losing streak, kind of.
No. There's going to be a rubber match this Wednesday night coming up at Dynamite.
Oh, already determined. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, nonetheless, for this match, I felt like it was a good rebound for Hangman, who's been kind of in a slump. They've been questioning where Hangman's going to go from here.
Honestly, I feel like the last 2 weeks of BTE and Hangman in the ring, I feel like I thought he was going to turn heel. I feel like he's been wrestling more aggressive. I feel like Hangman is looking the best he's looked in AEW. He's starting to still really starting to come around.
Well, the guys like Moxley and the guys like Pac, they're really testing the elite, which is something that I like because we finally see who's actually going to oppose the elite.
And don't forget the inner circle is.
But yeah, I feel like Hangman's is getting tested, and he's the first one officially to get a win clean over Pac, who was 3-0 and 1 draw.
Facts, his first single.
So you know, this is probably going to jump Hangman Page up a little bit in the ranks.
Isn't that beautiful? We might have to start writing this down. I mean, even though it's available on we have to start writing down like their win and loss record because it really matters. Like, oh, what a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So good match. See it. Full Gear overall was good. What else was up?
So moving on, we have the chairman, Sean Spears, with Charlie Blanchard, and he defeated Joey Janela.
I said Charlie Blanchard.
I said Tully.
Oh.
Tully.
I don't know about the
Four Horsemen. Classic. This is the thing about the match. I felt like it was good, but it was too quick. I caught the segment where which stood out to me where he put Joey Janela's hair tied to the turnbuckle.
Okay.
And Joey got stuck there and had to like figure his way out. Mm-hmm. And then I looked away, which felt for like a second, and I turned back around and the match is over. So I feel like if you're gonna put this match specifically, if people don't watch AEW Dark like myself, I don't get to tune in due to other obligations on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I don't get to really see AEW Dark, so I wouldn't know that this match had any build towards it at all. And I feel like if they were gonna put this match, it should have had at least 5 to 10 more minutes to build up this rivalry. If this is gonna continue from here, we haven't really seen much of the chairman since his feud with Cody. And if this is the direction, they should have had more time in there.
I will say, you do miss some things on AEW Dark because Sean Spears has been on a win streak. This did build on AEW Dark. I didn't have an issue with this match. The issue I did have with this match that it was on the pay-per-view. I feel like this match had more legs to go on Dynamite, and there just wasn't enough build. There was build, but it was only one. It was 2 segments that they were separated by like a week. But I don't think this match should have been on Full Gear. I don't think it was a bad match, but I feel like you could have maybe given this match a couple of more minutes or something else. The
thing is, I like everything I've been seeing coming from Joey Janela recently.
Yeah.
His match with Kenny Omega stood out to me.
He's not just a hardcore wrestler.
Exactly, and you give Joey Janela time, you could tell that he can create art in there, and that's all I felt like this match needed, which is more time.
I feel like my issue is, I feel like it was just kind of almost just there. Like they had a little bit of build, but it was just kind of there. And it's like AEW, you never just have matches that are just there. Like there's always a bigger build. For it to be the pay-per-view, it could have been maybe on buy-in.
Yep. That's a nice focus.
So moving on, we have a triple threat match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. We have SCU.
The tag team champs.
Kazarian and Scorpio Sky versus Private Party and Lucha Brothers.
Let's go. Yo, Lucha Brothers over like, oh my gosh. They're over to a point where SCU is getting kind of booed because the Lucha Bros they're just stars. Just everything they look at them. Look at them.
You got to think about the way they came in. They came in as big stars. The first people to oppose the Elite against the Young Bucks. Mm-hmm. They came in bigger than SCU kind of.
Yeah.
SCU came in a way like, let me pave the way for the OWE stars, right?
Yeah.
By having their 3-on-3 match. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, the Lucha Brothers all around, they are bigger stars. And any day, either of them can split and have championships.
I was saying that earlier. I feel like eventually I want to see Pentagon split from Phoenix and just go on. I feel like he can contend for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I would really like to see that.
Versus Chris Jericho would be cool.
I would like to see that. I would think by the time that happens, maybe Chris Jericho wouldn't be champion by then.
So what do y'all think about the actual match?
With the actual match?
I think it was great.
It was good. I feel like there was some sloppy spots in the beginning. But then, like the halfway, it just turned up, and it was just. And the referee did a better job with having control of the match, not having just all. I mean, it happened in there, but he did a way better job with keeping control of it because our complaints about it. But the actual match was awesome. I feel like the match ended just like how I thought it was going to be. SCU getting the match over, getting the win over Private Party. Private Party looking strong in defeat. Lucha Brothers are stars. That problem with SCU and Lucha Brothers is clearly not over yet. We're going to see that continue on Wednesday Night Dynamite. And SCU should have won.
Well, we had the first appearance of Doppelganger
Ooh.
Pentagon.
Ooh, that was awesome. I like that finish.
The fallen
angel.
Pentagon.
The Fallen Pentagon, the return of Christopher Daniels.
Facts.
Stemming from the
CD.
injury of the Lucha Brothers interfering, taking Christopher Daniels out of the tournament, which led to Scorpio Sky winning the tag team titles with Chris Kazarian.
Yep, Kazarian.
So, like you said,
I think once again, Scorpio Sky just MVP. I mean, the Lucha Brothers the MVP of this match, but Scorpio Sky just, it's my guy.
So moving on, we got Riho versus Emi Sakura, and she supposedly Emi Sakura was the #1 contender for the women's championship.
Based off the rankings.
Emi Sakura got a pinfall victory over Rio in their tag team match they had last Wednesday Night Dynamite, and it was based off the rankings. My issue with this match was not the match. I like the match. I think they should have put more video packages to put over the fact that Emi Sakura is Rio's mentor. They've had 286 matches. Like,
that's my thing.
Why are you not showing us? Why are you not telling us that?
If they're going to use the rankings to build these matches and put these title matches on, we still need that hype and we still need that build-up of story. Because although I understood why she was getting a match against Rio, I wasn't invested in any of it.
Yeah, they over-relied on our looking at Rio as an underdog and be like, oh, she's going to do it.
I think they're expecting their fans to really be checking on these stats and looking up who's winning and who's losing every week. And for the casual fans or the people that really don't have the time to really think about the statistics of it all unless it's presented to them on screen, they're not going to care so much as keeping up with stats. So you have to also, besides keep up the stats for us, you have to also present the story a little bit more. You have to package both of it. Just the fact that tidbit you said alone, that she's her mentor. You know what?
Nobody did that.
I didn't know that.
On commentary, they said it, but they just should have did it. That's what I'm saying. They should have did a video package about that.
That would have been a ridiculous story. Student meets the master. The student is the champion. Can the master overcome the person that they taught?
Exactly.
That alone is a classic movie.
AEW
it could have been a classic
needs to do
storyline.
more video packages with the woman, and they need to put over BTE more in these power rankings that just introduce. Really put those on Wednesday Night Dynamite. You guys need to show that stuff, and just go back to the Shawn Spears Joey Janela match real quick. If you're gonna put that,
when people come out, it's on the side, but they need to highlight it more.
Yeah, highlight. If a separate
these
segment.
are gonna be the things you want people to pay attention to. Now, in Full Gear, they debuted the statistics of Kenny Omega's strikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get to the nitty gritty of stats like punch stats and defensive stats, offensive stats, that needs to be on the show.
Yeah.
You want to be a statistical based company, then you need to.
To their credit, they just did it over this weekend, but maybe this Wednesday Night Dynamite, maybe it will be on there.
Yeah,
but
this is the direction they're gonna go for pay-per-views. They might as well, really engross the fans in that experience.
So we can look, so the fans can learn and be like, oh,
people can be like, oh no, yeah, Moxley is 10-0 or whatever it is. They can know off the top. They don't have to really be like, let me take time to Google.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't have that attention span.
So maybe this is one of those situations where we just gotta let it flush out a little bit, but we still gotta criticize it because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We do this all day.
All day.
So moving on, we have the AEW World Heavyweight Championship bout featuring Le Champion, Chris Jericho.
Now, this is the match that had the reverse of all those complaints. This had the storyline. This had the build over weeks. This had the ranking system put inside why Cody's even at the point of having the championship match against Chris Jericho, Le Champion.
Le Champion.
So it had everything going for it. Not only that, it got real personal. Elite versus the Inner Circle, and the personal shots against Dusty, his father, and his sister, and his mother, who was ringside.
Got a good smack on Jericho. Smacked his face.
Great promo work between the two. The build was amazing, and the match was pretty damn good. It was hard hitting.
Yeah.
Tonight, last night was the first time I've ever seen somebody kick out of the Judas Effect. So,
he didn't hit it.
He hit it.
He caught him. He caught his arm.
I see Cody go down.
That's in the video package. He tried to hit the Judas Effect. The way he caught it was he went forward. He caught his arm like this. Took Jericho, flipped him, crossroads. Jericho kicked out of that, and then he somehow it ended up getting Jericho getting him in the
I probably remember a little bit differently, but nonetheless, hard hitting match. Cody,
Old school, classic.
Of course, gets busted open. I don't know how he managed it this time.
Dived
out the ring into the ramp.
He smacked his head on the joint. That's what I'm saying. I thought he had a little razor blade right here, but when you look at it, he smacked his head he came down.
It's that damn ramp. I can't stand ramps that lead straight to the ring and connect the ring.
Yeah.
Where's the space? I do not like it. I don't like the elevated position.
They did do one of our complaints. They did call one of our complaints. They put more space in between the ring and the
on
crowd.
the sides. They
so
did.
when they do dives,
they did. Not only that, they also had a full new stage just for this event.
Shout out to the stage.
Full gear.
Shout
out to that. They actually a lot of things we've been saying covering AEW these couple of weeks. They slowly
they're slowly to stop looking like an outlaw mud show.
So
even their biggest fan gave even Cody credit on that promo. So
I will shout out tonight. Last night was the deepest lion tamer Walls of Jericho I've seen in a long time.
Years.
Since probably he put it on Rhino in his match. Defending Stephanie's honor. That was one of the last times I seen Jericho really get knees in,
bad. Yeah, Cody was
the back of your legs touching the back of your head.
Cody was in a bad shape.
He had welts by the end of this match.
Yeah, it was already in the match.
He definitely has to go to the chiropractor.
Facts.
After that, for sure. And the reason he'll get to see the chiropractor is because MJF throws the towel in.
Yeah.
It starts.
So Cody can never challenge for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship again.
The day he has it back, this is a perfect storyline, and I like it because not only does it take the stigma of the Elite is booking themselves into these big matches, you just remove Cody Rhodes, one of the biggest people in the Elite. You just removed him from the title picture. The moment he comes back and is able to earn a spot against the next champion or Chris Jericho, if he's still champion then, it's going to be special.
Very special.
So
extra special.
Yeah.
That was a good thing with the story.
I would have
MJF.
I would have preferred the heel turn to come later, but the way they did the story, him throwing in the towel, and the way he did, great acting by MJF. He had tears in his eyes.
He was on his knees,
saying, "I'm
bleeding.
sorry." And
I
Cody's
thought
such a good guy.
I thought Cody was gonna be the one to give the heel turn because the way he was looking at him,
he was pissed.
At first, he was pissed as hell.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna see Cody super kick him in the position where MJF was on his knees.
Yeah.
Cody ends up not doing that, raises him up, and low blow.
Such a good guy.
MJF, the heel, fully goes heel. I mean, everyone expected it, but didn't expect it. It's crazy.
He was salt of the earth.
I always say it's the dramatic irony of it, the way they did it.
Everyone expected it.
We knew it was happening, but the way they presented it on TV, Cody never seen this stuff. So to Cody, he's an angel, but behind his back, we seen it. So it was awesome. So I guess we should
pay off.
Should we flicker the lights or do a snap?
The lights off match.
Yeah. So lights off.
Lights back on, I guess. So we had the lights off match was next. Kenny Omega versus
Jonathan Moxley.
John Moxley.
Or as Justin Roberts says,
We'll continue the rest of that. Moxley.
So,
But yeah,
this match was hard to watch at times for good reasons.
That was a death match.
That was a death. I mean,
That was a
none
blood and
of that
guts
hokey
company match.
bullshit
Listen,
for this match.
Moxley said you're gonna see, I think, like a match, hardcore violence in this country that you haven't seen in decades. And you know what?
He's not lying.
He wasn't lying. I mean, at least on this stage, on this stage,
On
this
this
stage,
level,
no
yeah.
pun intended. Like on this stage, like it was.
I grew up watching ECW. I grew up watching WWF Attitude and WCW at their prime a bit. As far as WCW.
This is brutal.
This shit was crazy.
Yeah.
They had
This is
barbed
legit-
wire galore.
legit death
They
match.
had
You need to go
glass
see this.
pieces, smashed glass
And they
pieces.
said that was a glass piece
Kenny
from the
brings
table.
out, the first time I've seen it, JR said it's first time he's seen it too, a freaking board full of mouse traps all over, like, just so much, like, contraptions and
That's deathmatch stuff.
innovations, like,
The only thing that was missing was the Legos.
Ooh.
oh, that would have been crazy.
Oh gosh. Oh.
But what was even worse
That's
than that,
cool and unusual.
the barbed wire, like,
The bed that he
Bed,
made Hangman and the Young Bucks go get.
oh my God,
Oh man.
suplex off the ramp into that thing. I felt like, how the hell are they going to get out?
So I want to say, so when I was watching this, I really liked it because it was like they were building the tension. So they fought out onto the ramp, and then Kenny just calls out for Hangman and the Bucks to come out there, and they get the bet of it. And then like they're fighting like on the ramp. He's gonna do a one-wing angel, and he gets down. Then he's gonna do like a throw him over.
But they're also
And then-
teasing that Kenny's going crazy with this,
Yes,
and the
that's that,
Elite really weren't agreeing to bringing the bet out.
Yeah.
They were trying to get Kenny to calm down and not do this. So Kenny's the cleaner again, but he's going.
It's a lot of
I think he's
storytelling.
turning up a little bit more than that than
Yeah.
usual.
Like past all the death match stuff, if you look at it, Kenny was still getting his Kenny Omega move, those snap drop like a mug. You know what I'm saying? He was still telling that story, like you said. He was going crazy. We're seeing Kenny Omega unravel, and then in opposite, we're seeing John Moxley rise to prominence and beat the best wrestler in the world. So it's a role reversal. It's like a comic book, man.
This is definitely a match you got to go out your way to see.
Yeah,
Between
definitely.
the V trigger that put Moxley through this like ramp.
Oh, the full gear,
Full Gear
sign,
logo.
yeah.
Put him right through it with the V trigger. Just
I think that was the first time Kenny Omega ever gave somebody
the
a
Death
V-trigger, and
Rider
he got the
on
worst
the bare ring.
Oh!
No mat.
Ooh, what about the when Kenny Omega did like the Phoenix splash? Oh gosh,
Just
horrible.
so much, and
gotta
it
go
felt
see
like
this
they
match.
almost ran the whole hour with this match. Like
it was like 46 minutes.
it was long as hell, brutal, hard hitting.
It's hard
you
to
know,
watch. It's for me. It was legit hard to watch. I was popping like crazy, just like, and I'm watching this like 2, 3 in the morning, just like, oh shit.
Yeah. So that's Full Gear.
That was Full Gear.
So ranking out of it, let's say 1 through 10. What would you guys ranking yourselves?
I would give this a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10?
This was.
I give it an 8.
Strong pay-per-view.
I'd give it like an 8.5 myself around there, just because of the storyline elements and the things that I said earlier in the show. But overall, a great pay-per-view, top to bottom, is getting me even more invested. I've been invested since day one, pretty much, and looking forward to things they're gonna tighten up, and they prove that a lot of the stuff that we've been wanting as far as production value and tightening up with the refs and match quality, story quality, they're building towards that.
Yep.
Full Gear was definitely,
That's what did it for me.
in the TV era of AEW,
Yeah.
the phase with the weekly show for their first pay-per-view. I feel like it stands up there with All In. It stands up there with Double or Nothing.
I
And
feel
it
like
was
this
a
is
great
right.
event.
I feel like this is right under Double or Nothing. To be honest with you, like this is right under. I can't. No, that's not better than Double or Nothing. But like it's right under there. I think it was definitely better than Fire Fest. It was definitely better for the Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah.
What really did it for me was like Sophie said, the change of the set, the improvement on the referee, You know, they're listening to us. You know what I'm saying? We complain about it and they tighten up on it, and it's just things they just need to tighten up on anyway. So,
not only that, just the stories coming out of this.
yeah, like it just
We have more to look forward to.
And they're multi-layered and multi-dimensional, and they're coming from all sides.
Yeah.
They're fleshed out characters.
And they're meshing into other storylines as well.
You know what? And you mentioned that in a buy-in, when Bree Priestley and Britt Baker was fighting, they showed Darby Allin watching. And I don't even think that's ever going to play into the storyline, but like it shows that they live in this. AEW is a universe that like everybody like watches, is invested in each other, even if it doesn't have anything to do with the storyline. It's just showing that it's a wider universe going on. You know what I'm saying?
In the wrestling community, is known that they watch each other's stuff in the back, unless it's kind of like a Broad Lesnar situation where you have to go. You have other obligations and you leave right after your shows, but for the most part, the locker room supports each other and they watch each other's stuff.
Yeah, it was just cool that they showed that. I don't think it's ever going to play into a storyline, but it's just them showing, just for the sake of them showing it. But
so, what about the post-match interviews for Full Gear?
Oh, I love that
stuff
shit.
coming out of.
I love that shit. It's such good shit.
You put me onto it. Chris Jericho.
Such good shit.
Cut,
you gotta watch the Hangman did one,
interview.
SCU did one. It's good because we're just seeing them just like now, like how we're sitting there talking to this camera. We're just talking about wrestling.
Hey, you. Yeah, you shut up.
Yeah, exactly. He's just out there just talking. You know what I'm saying? You can't script shit like that.
I feel like this is the part that they took from like a New Japan feel that's gonna work for them, and this is gonna set them apart from WWE and make the actual pay-per-views feel more important. It feel like the sports feel. You know, that's all you need. You build way more stars by letting them get a mic and just be themselves and build themselves.
Yeah.
And that's proven to be the case.
Look at MJF. MJF is the perfect person. When's the last great MJF match you've seen? I ain't trying to throw shots at him.
He does not many.
Exactly, because this is him on his mic. He kills it. So
his personality is getting him real far.
Sammy Guevara.
He's improving.
The Spanish guy.
Yeah, well, Sammy Guevara actually got really great in-ring talent.
Because Jericho got the Midas touch, but his YouTube show went from like getting like 5,000 to like he's getting like 20,000 on his joints now because it's just
give it a week or two.
Growing even more.
It'll be at 500,000 or something like that.
You know, they're just growing. But
we can do this all day.
You know we can do this all day. So we're gonna wrap this up. Focus. Where can they find you at, sir?
At Kayfabe Focus.
Ha ha ha. AJ, where can they find you at, sir?
At Kayfabe_AJ on Instagram.
You can find me at Mr. Richie Moore. You can find me at Kayfabe Avenue. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow our Facebook page at Kayfabe Avenue. We don't do the Twitter, but we got the Instagram, Kayfabe Avenue. All of it, Kayfabe Avenue. With that being said, Full Gear was dope. First pay-per-view in the books. It was a banger. We can do this all night. Kenny, take us home.
Goodbye. And good night. Bad.